I'd like to introduce the Incident Commander, Rex Reed, and after he gets done with his briefing, we're going to limit it to 10 minutes, and then we're going to go on the tour, and I'll give a quick briefing on what we're going to do after that. So I'm going to turn it over to the Incident Commander, Mr. Rex Reed.
Hi, I'm Rex Reed. I'm the Incident Commander for Washington Interagency Team 2. We are in day 2 of our assignment here, day 3 of the Taylor Bridge fire. Just got off the phone briefing Governor Gregoire, who is out of country right now, bringing her up to speed about the events that have occurred over the last 3 days. Today, good day for the firefighters. We're feeling good. We have a little cooler temperatures, a little higher relative humidity. We are staffed up at just under 800. We have adequate air support. I think we're going to make some significant gains on containment of the fire today. Last night we had less activity than occurred in issues on the north flank where we lost a little bit of our control line, but they were picked up overnight. So this morning we're diligent working to up our containment. Cautiously optimistic that we might be in the 25% range by end of business today. We have National Guard air support as well as heavy air tankers available to us, as well as significant rotor aircraft from the civilian world. We are feeling very optimistic at where we are with this fire. But a word of caution, we have much hotter, drier temperatures along with instability Thursday as we go into Friday, and then also a very big concern to us firefighters is lightning in the forecast for Saturday. We have the National Weather Service meteorologists on site with us here to help us get that somewhat dialed in. So with that, I'm willing to answer a question or two.
Rex, you could talk about some of the places where you are really fighting this. Well, you mentioned the North Flank. Are there some specific places you can tell us about that you're really fighting?
Yeah, the area around Vetus Road, north side of Lookout Mountain, heavy timber, Douglasfir, Ponderosa Pine, numerous residences in that area. We are a lot of efforts going into that division today, as well as we get a little farther to the east in the Swat Creek area, Dry Creek area, lots of effort in that. Our east flank, as we get into the shrub steppe agricultural area, we're feeling much better. A lot of emphasis to try to take that out of the equation today, try to get containment on that, start some mop up in there. As we come back up the Yakima River towards the development Sunlight Waters in the vicinity of Elk Heights, another high concern area for us in that vicinity today.
Wind concern today, it might shift?
Wind is shifting. Typically when we have pressure gradient differences between western Washington and eastern Washington, we get funneled winds through the Snoqualmie Pass corridor. It appears we have a very good high pressure built, which equalizes pressure on both sides of the mountains, which is good for us not getting that westerly push through that corridor. The bad news is there's some low pressure sitting in British Columbia that's going to push us a little bit of north wind. On the flanks in the northwest, that actually should help us a bit to push the fire, actually retard spread a little bit to the north, but we are likely to have some little bit of more issues on our southerly flank, but we've got a lot of staffing in there today as long as air support.
Rex, what's your biggest fear right now?
Okay, I'll go evacuations first. We are modifying some evacuations on the very eastern flank here this afternoon to lower those, and we're reassessing throughout the day. We hope to make some modifications about 5 p.m. tonight in some of the evacuations to lower those from level 2, which is mandatory, to a precautionary level, or excuse me, level 3 mandatory to a level 2. We're also going to be working throughout the day to assess seeing where folks have lost residences, about being able to escort some of those folks back in there in the next couple days. We're working with County Emergency Management as well as the Sheriff's Office, which is in charge of evacuations in all counties in the state of Washington as we do that.
So could people get back in their homes tonight?
Some homeowners will be allowed on the east flank outside of the fire perimeter potentially tonight, but it'll be very minor compared to what we hope in the next couple days.
70 homes destroyed yesterday, any more so far today?
Officially 60 homes confirmed destroyed, primary residences. We do believe there's additional structural loss. We are in the process of assessing the total numbers of primary and secondary residences. we'll be able to get those numbers more accurate over the next 48 hours or so.
I heard something about burn periods this afternoon. Are you expecting any greater fire activity this afternoon?
Absolutely. Always afternoons, as we have temperatures come up, relative humidity goes down. Afternoons are always the active part of the fire environment for us, all the way up into sunset and just a bit beyond. Usually around midnight or so, even in eastern Washington, we get a little bit of humidity recovery in the evenings, which retards fire spread. So that helps us. Although we are in the middle of August, it is always dry in eastern Washington. It is currently very dry. We are in what I would classify high to extreme burning conditions.
What started this thing?
This started from a bridge construction project at the Taylor Bridge. It was a DOT contractor that was working on the construction. The specific cause is still yet to be determined, but it is related to the construction project.
Which one's total number of acres were burned now? Is that
Currently, and we're currently flying the fire to, and we do this on a daily basis, 28,077 acres. But we will update that here through the day after we get our GIS data downloaded from the aircraft.
And your biggest fears?
you mentioned your biggest fear. What does that mean right now?
You know, my biggest fear is trying to make sure that we do not have any more structural loss, also keeping the public out of the fire footprint. Lots of hazards out there. We have a major Puget Sound Energy power line that has been compromised. It's as poles burn, lines get tight, serious hazard. We really need people to abide by those evacuation and road closures. That's critical to us for the safety of the firefighters and the safety of those local residences.
You say 800.
How many are you going to have any more coming?
Actually, we have a few more resources on order. Some additional 20-person crews, some miscellaneous overhead, and we expect those in here this afternoon or so. They'll be on the line tomorrow. Fire suppression is kind of a pinnacle type operation. You ramp up as fire spread to gain containment, and then we drop off the other side of the pinnacle as we start to gain containment and make those resources available to other fires. A point of interest today, another incident management team is currently being deployed to the Colville Reservation up out in Espeel in Washington. That's Washington Incident Management Team 4 is being activated up there this morning.
Any dollar figures of what's this cost?
You know, right now we are in the process of refining our data. This fire will definitely come in at several $1 million for suppression costs. And that's only suppression costs. That does not include damage to property infrastructure.
Do you have a solid number on the number of people evacuated?
Currently, and this is coming from Emergency Management Kittitas County, approximately 450 people evacuated, as well as hundreds of livestock, large animals, small animals. The livestock are being located at the Kittitas County Fairgrounds. Some of my staff visited down there yesterday. We have volunteer veterinarians that are helping them down there, as well as feed being donated, a lot of volunteers helping attend to the animals. This is a great community. These folks have really rallied around their neighbors to help them with that. It's quite humbling.
When will folks be allowed back in the sunlight?
I do not care to speculate yet. I have to have stabilized perimeter, assess the hazards in there. It's at least a few days out.
Any idea what the losses are for pets and stock?
You know, I don't have a good number on that. The fire was very rapid rates of spread in the initial phases of this fire. Sometimes livestock surprise you. They really are pretty smart about getting into areas that are rocky areas, things that don't burn. So usually we're fairly surprised at the lack of stock loss. They have a little more sense than us humans do typically. Okay, with that, I'm going to hand it back to the information staff. Thank you.
Okay, for the people that are going, if we can just move over here. For those people who are going, we'll give a quick briefing. We'll load up and we'll head out. If I can get my crew that's going to be driving to go ahead.